gumbo, stir up the gumbo. Calling all around the world. Get it. Start with a roux, that's me and you. Add the Holy Trinity, that's rhythm, chords, and melody. Come on now, add your spice. Tell your story, very nice. Calling all around the world. Stir that vocal gumbo now. Stir it up, stir it up. Get it.
Woo! Get it, girl. Get it.
Woo! Blue. Oh my God. Just bubbles in the kitchen, flowers,
Everywhere. Gin, dancing, singing, missing joy, missing you, missing the world as it rolls by. Welcome everybody to Vocal Gumbo Happy Hour. We hope you are happy. We hope you have had a delightful weekend. It feels kind of like the chill is in the air, Janice.
Well, where we are,
yeah,
it is autumn suddenly. I don't know, everybody who's watching this could be in different places, but in New York City, it's just delightful.
Yeah.
65, 70 maybe.
Yeah.
It's great.
Put your sweater on, go for a
I'm
walk.
cold. Actually.
I know, but I'm cold. I know my house is just cold. So so it's time to get the slippers and the sweaters back out. I didn't think I'd be pulling them from the closet quite so soon, but here it comes.
Isn't it wild how this time has flown?
It's a little bit weird.
It's weird. Our first Vocal Gumbo was April, I believe.
It was May.
May, like I said, it was May.
But I feel like, we've been doing this since March, because it seemed like the minute we all landed here, we were like, what are we going to do? We're going to go crazy. So,
so we better not go crazy. So thank you for helping me not go crazy as much as I might have.
Yes. And thank you for tuning in. We hope you have something delicious to drink. I'm having a little gin and tonic because Janice has gin and tonics, and I try to do whatever she does.
Well, mine is Irish gin, which is this is one of the best gins in the world, supposedly. It's got all kinds of herbs in it: myrtle, juniper. It's got rowan berry, heather, chervil.
It seems very healing. It seems like if you would drink that, it could perhaps cure many things.
Yes, I'm hoping it will. We would also, as always, like to thank all essential workers who have been keeping us going through these many challenging months. Thank you very much, doctors, nurses, sanitation workers, social workers. Thank you. And we would like to give a special shout out to the memory of the great Ruth Bader Ginsburg.
Oh my goodness.
RBG, we love you.
We do. We love you, and we miss you profoundly. I've been listening to so many homages to her throughout the course of the day, and I think the things that really resonated with me is how much everybody spoke about how she really was such a listener and listened across the party lines, and really the way in which she approached all the issues, especially the things that we feel very compelled about with women's rights and just LGBTQ rights and all of that she really approached it from not so much, she didn't want to use the word gender. She just wants to that it's really about equality. And if we can just talk about that, then we won't get confused about the other things that sometimes confuse us about.
I mean, if it wasn't for her, she did so many things for women, she did other things, but a woman can sign a mortgage lease without her husband.
Right.
In other words, that was one of the things. Incredible.
It seems silly to say these things, and it's not that long ago. So I think we all have to be really mindful about the people that have really paved the way and made the changes and broken down the walls and the ceilings, so that some of those things can sound absolutely outrageously absurd to us right now, right? but know that it wasn't that long ago, and there's still much to do. So
So
we
much.
celebrate her. We just celebrate her. We miss her desperately already. And thank you for all the work that you've done for so many of us on this
Thank you,
planet.
Ruth Bader Ginsburg. And I think my vote will be dedicated to her.
Absolutely.
We encourage everyone to get out there and vote.
And we've lost a lot of our great spiritual and leaders that John Lewis, again, like this generation of people that were really on the ground. So we really, this is really a trying time. So what does that mean, folks? I guess that means voting's coming up soon. So we hope that you are engaged and enlightened and informed, and going to march out to place that vote, whatever vote you're placing. Get out early and do it.
And often.
Well, no, not just once, just once. So nothing bad happens. But yes, we encourage you to do that. And of course, as always, wear those masks, right, Janis?
Yes, especially these masks.
You can even,
go ahead.
No, you can even get those masks by visiting our Facebook Vocal Gumbo page. And we're happy to avail you with one. And what have you got there, Janis?
Well, since we're talking about masks and flasks, I just wanted to mention that the people that won these flasks, they'll be mailed out this week. So get your beverage ready to put it, or perfume or sanitizer. Get your liquid ready to put into these beautiful handmade flasks.
They're nice for apple picking season. It's just a little chill in the air, and you've got your little nip. So just put it in your little pocket and go out and
put some Calvados in here.
Right?
Yeah, that'll burn the lining of your stomach off. But.
I know, and so we've got such great news for you. We have our first sponsor for Vocal Gumbo. Yay! I mean, we are just starting to build this company and build this world of Vocal Gumbo that we've fallen in love with, and so Audio Technica, right here, is going to be shipping us a microphone for Janis, and we are spending so much time in our home studios now that we need the equipment that's going to really help our instruments translate and be the best that they possibly can be. And so we are so grateful to Audio Technica and Roxanne over there. And of course, this wouldn't have happened without my dear friend, Elliot Shiner, who has also partnered with them for many, many years. And he walked our note over to them, and within a couple of days, they said they absolutely love what we're doing. They love the artists that we're featuring, and that we're reaching across the world, and that we're celebrating young artists, and that we're trying to create something beautiful. And so we're so grateful to Audio Technica. So welcome to the Vocal Gumbo kitchen.
So excited. That's a beautiful mic.
Testing 1 2, testing 1.
Sounds awesome.
Ooh, baby.
Also, I would like to give a shout out to my newly married son, who got married yesterday to his lady love, Yulia Loganova from Moscow, on our roof. That's us yesterday. Oh, look, there's Lauren's family.
Hey, there we are with our masks and everything. We had
that's our officiant, Leah Delaria, and Jamie Bernstein, my friend Jamie, who are attending. Leah married them. She's actually qualified and officially certified to marry people in the state of New York. So
it was a delightful rooftop wedding on a crisp September day. The sky could not have been any more blue. The champagne could not have been any more bubbly. And the setting was just delightful. And they were, I think when all of us are in the midst of that beautiful, bubbly new love, it's just
Yeah.
It's so bewitching and so
It's
wonderful.
hopeful.
Yeah, it's hopeful. Yes.
Yes.
So congratulations to Gabe and Yulia, and to
Mwah.
you, and to you, Janice,
Thank you.
and to Michael.
I have a daughter now. See, you
Oh.
know what it's like.
Think of all the shopping trips.
I know, right? Well, the great thing is that she's an amazing photographer, and she's going to help me do some videos.
Great.
So instead of having to fumble around and do them myself.
Yeah. And she's a brilliant woman. She's also she's getting her PhD in
chemistry.
So, you know, how cool is that?
Yeah, and she makes cheese. So that's another plus.
So and she's stunning and she's charming. So we had so much fun yesterday. I was so glad that we got to spend.
I was so glad you were there too.
Celebrate that.
Great.
Yeah. So congratulations. Wow.
Thank you.
And and I guess we've got another Vocal Gumbo show, but we have a new way that we're going to be doing it. So do you think we should invite our lovely,
what a great idea,
in crime, the third member of Vocal Gumbo, who is behind the scrim oftentimes. What are you doing with that Ruth Bader Ginsburg doll?
I'm not doing anything. She is moving herself.
We would like to invite Lori Green onto the program. Hi, Lori.
Hi, guys.
Welcome to the happy hour.
Thank you very much.
What are you drinking?
Right now I've got some hoisin sauce next to me.
You're not supposed to drink.
I haven't gotten my drink yet. I'll get there.
Okay.
All right.
I'll get there.
But Lori, we're going to make some changes, aren't we? We're going to move Vocal Gumbo from being this beautiful, available to everyone format to finally trying to get it to the place where we can make it, we can really
a business
and make it a business, make it a real thing, and as we say, put a ring on it, right? We're borrowing from Beyonce, the Queen.
We're going to Beyonce this.
We're going to Beyonce this party. So what, can you tell everybody a little bit about our plan?
So our plan is to team up with this company called Moment House. And they have been around since 2019. They've been doing live streams for musicians all over the world now for over a year. So they're not a reactionary company like most. There are so many people out there now trying to figure out how to make music happen virtually. But they're really wonderful, and we're going to team up with them and start selling our tickets for our proper episodes through their website. So that is in the comments and also scrolling where you can get your tickets. We are selling tickets for $25 a pop, and that's for one device. So that's one of the cool things too. It like encrypts it, so that you can't just send out links. Sorry. But it's going to be a really cool way to move this whole project forward. We are all spending so much time and loving it, but we also aren't on the road anymore and need to figure out a way to pay our bills and continue.
Yes. And we want to be able to pay something to musicians that participate in this, and technical people that participate in this.
Yep.
We want to pay them for their time.
Yeah, and keep making it better. I mean, we want to pay them, and then we want to properly pay them, right? So everybody right now we call it a barn raiser, and this has been a barn raiser from the beginning, and everybody's pitching in, but we'd really like to start putting a bow on top of all of this. And so we're really excited about moving that forward. So we would love it if you would tell your friends about what we're doing. And if you've enjoyed this show, please help us move this to the next arena.
Yeah. And we're going to tell you later on in the show who is going to be on the September 26th episode. Yeah. So we're excited about that. And then maybe you'll decide to buy a ticket after you hear that.
And Lori, they can still get their ticket on our Venmo.
Yes,
right?
That's the other thing. It's not going to be a ticket. The ticket has to be purchased at Moment House. So if you want to see the show, you need to go to Moment House and purchase the ticket there. But if you want to be more of an associate producer sort of situation with Vocal Gumbo and throw us a little extra something, you can still go through PayPal. We've got paypal.me Vocal Gumbo tickets, which I'll post in the comments here when I'm not talking. And also Venmo.com/Vocal Gumbo. So if you want to throw some dollar love that way, we
because a lot of times
greatly appreciate it.
a lot of times people pay us for every show, the happy hour and the actual music segment. So we don't want to discourage you from being a part of all the production that it takes to get there, but to actually view the show, where you'll need to go through Moment House. But we still are really happy to keep the happy hour free.
Yeah.
And so that's our gift, and that's our tease, and that's our please come and hang out with us.
Yes.
But we're more than happy to also have you put something in the tip jar.
Yeah, and in the happy hour, occasionally we will have music, but it can only be a certain kind of. It can only be live, usually with one person or two
from
people
one location.
From one location, exactly. But whereas the show has people from all over the world and more produced performances. So,
but I would argue that our happy hours are pretty spicy and
they're
pretty
scintillating, I would say.
awesome. And
Yeah,
we've
I'm going to let you guys kick it off then. All right.
Well,
I'm going to go back into my zone.
Okay, Lori. Well,
we just want to drink that hoisin sauce. I know.
You know what I'm doing. No, actually, I did have a glass of wine brought down, so I'm
there you go.
But.
So we should just get this party started, because honestly, we've, all this business and come hang out, let's just get right down to it.
Let's get the best possible guest on the show right now.
Why don't you invite him? I'm nervous. I always get nervous.
Well, he's so freaking handsome and debonair and intelligent and
Hey, ladies and gentlemen, Kurt Elling is in the house.
What? What?
Kurt.
What? Hi. Oh my God. I'm sorry. Let me put it away. Oh my God.
Did we wake you from your nap?
I'm not supposed to be drinking.
We aren't either, and we're not technically.
Well,
I don't always drink, but when I do.
It's Snapjack. What's the name of your boot jack?
This is the boot jack, not to be confused with the jack boots.
Right. That's what I'm thinking of.
See, don't think of that. This is the opposite of the jack boots.
Okay.
The jack boots are what Trump sent to Portland.
That's right.
To stir up trouble.
Right.
The boot jack is what we drink when we need to get over what the news has brought us on a given day.
I know.
Every day.
And when we're going to be spending some time with two delightful young ladies who have a lot of Elvira and baby Conehead. Yes. Is it wrong for a man to get on the internet and look at beautiful singers who sing and
do stuff,
appear in their kitchens wearing next to nothing below the waist?
Yeah,
you nailed it.
Yeah. Oh. Now our viewers are really either really excited or have just turned the TV off.
Just you watch those comments come in, young lady.
Well, we're so happy to see you, because you too have done quite a bit since March. You've uprooted from New York and moved back to your love town, Chicago. You've got your family uprooted and starting a new chapter, and then you've started a new chapter on your porch, from what I understand.
Yeah, I want to hear about this porch concerts.
Which thank you. You make me sound so ambitious.
Well, listen, we know everybody's got to sing and get some of that mojo out.
It has been a depressing time for all of us, but I've tried to keep it in perspective.
Mm-hmm.
I have not always been successful. It has not been my finest hour as a human being, but I continue to struggle like the rest of us.
I know.
And I continue to try to find a peaceful mind and establish such. I have been able to, thank you for mentioning it, do some porch concerts from my very own front porch here in Chicago. in a neighborhood that is called, you're going to love this. You know, Chicago is a city of neighborhoods.
Okay.
And I am in between several neighborhoods. One is called Humboldt Park. One is called Wicker Park. One is called Ukrainian Village. And one is called West Chicago, which leaves a place that was formerly called No Man's Land, informally. But actually, I bumped into a couple of old timers, and this neighborhood is called The Pocket.
Oh, come
Ooh,
on.
you lucky son of a gun.
The neighborhood's name is The Pocket.
No, you're lying.
I'm not lying. I'm not lying. You say in Chicago, where do you live? I live in The Pocket.
Yo.
Oh wow, that's just west of Ukrainian Village, right? Yes, it is. It's The Pocket.
So
baby.
porch concerts from The Pocket.
From The Pocket. And so that's been a delight to learn.
Yeah.
It's been a delight to be able to make some music off of my very own front porch with and make some friends here in The Pocket with some neighbors who have been here a lot longer who know the name of the neighborhood, which was news to me, which is killing. You know, I'm here. It's funny because, you know, 25 or whatever years ago, I was working out of a basement in Chicago. I had one room. It was everything. It was the office. It was the bedroom. It was the kitchen. It was the blah, blah. And it was underground. I was driving a nominal car. I had my own sound system in the trunk of the car to take to various restaurants and places because I had to set it up myself because I wasn't getting jazz gigs. I was getting just gigs. Let's see, what else was it? I had no recognizable name. And now, 25 years later, I am sitting here in my home office in the basement. I'm using exactly the same sound system that I took around to all those restaurants, using it off of my front porch. I'm working for the same amount of money that I did more than 25 years ago.
Yep.
I'm doing some of the same tunes. Let's see what else. I'm hoping to have a career in music at some point.
That is kind of prophetic, though, in a way that you have sort of returned to like that analog equipment and, you know, and that sense of like, wow, you know, this is restarting and we're starting from the beginning in a way, and yet not. But I mean, there's a certain, I don't know. There's
What makes you just have to get rid of any ego you might have surrounding your success, your career, your status. You know, you have to. You're a beginner again.
I am a beginner again.
Yeah.
And yet it is. One hopes it is an upward spiral.
Sure.
For instance, I am not surviving off of ramen noodles and. So here was a dish I used to make for myself. Now, first of all, vocal gumbo. Now, my folks were lovely people, and they were good at a lot of things. They were good at setting a good moral example and pointing me toward a true North Star in terms of a humane response to life and such like. But they were not gourmet people in the kitchen. So, for instance, let's call it chop suey. Now,
that's American.
Let's call it chop suey, but let's say that the recipe is ground beef.
Yep. Oh yeah.
Fried up in a pan.
Yep.
And while that was frying up, you would throw on a box of minute rice.
Yep.
And when the ground beef was ready, you would open up a can of cling peaches.
No.
And you would throw those sliced cling peaches into the pan with the ground beef and maybe a little bit of salt.
Oh, wow.
And then you would serve that to your family, and you would say to your family, this is chop suey.
That's
I don't.
wrong.
That wasn't. You know what? Even as that wasn't even in Good Housekeeping magazine. That recipe. That was from some. I don't know where that little postcard came into your mother's pocketbook somehow, or vision that sounded like a good idea, or your dad was the cook. I don't know, but that sounds like yeah.
It's hard not to have a visceral reaction to a recipe like that.
You know, and sweet and spicy, those things work, and you can combine those things, but yeah, that's a
Well,
little.
they call it sweet and sour sauce, do they not? So why not make the main dish?
Yeah.
So you can imagine that aside from the ramen aspect, that my culinary skills at the time were questionable.
Yes.
But now you're eating lentil soup in your luxurious basement.
Now I have my gorgeous wife of 25 years who has taught me several important aspects of kitchen apparatus, who is routinely gourmeting in several vegetarian ways, and who tries to keep me from drinking too much of this delightful bootjack rye.
But she wants you to be around for a while, I guess.
You know, and one wonders why.
Well, one reason why.
The both of yous.
One reason why is that you have an upcoming concert series, right? Which was your big surprise Friday night. Can you tell us about that?
I can tell you about it.
Your beloved venue, right?
I get, now that I'm back in Chicago, I've picked up a version of my old steady gig at the Green Mill, the Pearl of Uptown. It is the most beautiful, it's a storied room. It's a beautiful room. It has all of its original bric-a-brac and accoutrement from the 1920s. It has been a jazz room all these years. Sarah Vaughan sang from the stage. Ella sang from the stage. Joe E. Lewis before he got his throat cut by Machine Gun McGurn, and a young 22-year-old Sam Giancana trying to make his bones.
Wow.
It is a spot. So
things are looking up.
So tell us about these concerts. You've got
the concerts. We have a series of concerts coming up that will be streamed online. There it is. The Cocktail Hour 25th Anniversary Concert Tour. It's a tour. It's a virtual tour. We are going to be live in concert from the Green Mill, and you can have front row seats.
Yes.
We are going to be observing COVID rituals. I will be the only unmasked participant, other than the folks at home. You can see there we have several themed concerts. I will not be singing the same chart twice. I'll be making several mistakes over and over again, but
with a plum.
But perhaps over the weeks and months of the concert series, I'll learn to cover them up a little bit better. I'll wear a different suit and different socks every week. We're going to have different guests on every occasion, and we encourage you to make the scene, not only because, as you mentioned earlier, I have a band that I want to keep afloat, but it's also there for the Green Mill to stay afloat. We're going to be taking you on special tours to the catacombs underneath the Green Mill.
What?
Underneath the Green Mill. The Green Mill has been in existence so long that there are, let's call them tunnels. There's awesome. A tunnel that goes out to the lake for the receiving of certain goods.
Bootleggers, of course. Yeah.
There are tunnels that go underneath the post office to a block and a half to the north. There's a tunnel that goes underneath the graveyard that starts 2 blocks away.
I was just going to ask about that.
Now, I'm not saying that I have access to the full totality of those, because the city's put giant doors and such like, because you don't want to keep
there are bodies down there.
I don't hear you speaking.
There are stories to be told.
Thank you. Thank you.
We're going to have some special opportunities for people who want to show up and learn a little bit of Chicago history and a little bit of the history of the Green Mill, and on subsequent nights. So I'll be doing Friday nights, but on Saturday nights, the following nights, there will be a series of other bands featuring the likes of, newsflash, a Liz Wright,
Hey there.
All
who
right.
is going to also be appearing live from the Green Mill stage. We will be guesting with one another with masks and such like, all those kind of kinky apparatus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you and Liz are going to sing together, but
First time ever
oof.
for the only other time we've sung together has been in Australia, which God bless Australia because they made that possibility happen along with the James Morrison. So every night there, every Friday I'll be there. Every Saturday there will be a different band. I can't announce the rest of the players until the contracts are signed, but I want it to be good for them,
Yeah.
for the club,
Yeah.
and we are partnering around the world with spots like our friends in Amsterdam, our friends in Paris, our friends in London, because they will be given specific codes. They're going to send out advertisements for the concert series on their websites and such like, and they get a cut of the profits. It's found money for them.
Beautiful.
We'll be doing some matinee programs specifically geared toward our friends in Europe. We may even, given the audience share, we may even be able to pull something together so that we can play to our Asian friends. So God bless everybody. I want everybody to win. I want to sing as often as I can. I want to support everybody I can. And I want to draw attention to Chicago as a destination of choice when the COVID insanity is over.
Yeah.
And thank you for giving me a platform to advertise my hoot nanny.
Listen, these are times where we have to be creative and also reach out across the the miles and the continents, and that's beautiful that it's about taking care of your immediate family, right? Your players, but then what spreads out is that other venues have a way to make money. So I really hope everybody go and buy a ticket.
I mean, I'm going to be seeing Kurt Elling at the Green Mill live.
Yeah.
Duh.
And of course, we're reaching out across America too to a bunch of venues that are hard hit, that have been so kind to me in the past. I'm sure kind to the both of you. Spots in Albuquerque, our friends over in Ann Arbor, our friends in Los Angeles, friends up in San Francisco. Everybody needs to have a little taste out of this. So, watch your local tributaries for information about the gig so that you can hook them up,
Yeah.
I think people are starting to figure it out. Venues are starting to figure it out. There's rumblings of something that the New York Voices are going to be doing in December. And, we're trying to start to find ways to play again. But it's so important for our audiences to, really, if you can, find a way to support it so that we can, keep everybody afloat during this time when we've all been grounded, basically.
And when the world is such a mess, people of goodwill need to stick together
and bring joy into the world.
Yeah.
In whatever way.
Yeah.
I have a question for you, Kurt. It's a personal question.
Madam Conehead.
The first time I heard you, I think, was on a Charlie Hunter record, Close Your Eyes. Could you tell me about that session?
I can.
Freaking love that cut.
Oh, thank you. I'm sorry.
Did you do the vocal another time and then Charlie put percussion to it and the guitar? And how did that happen?
Man, it's a bunch of years ago. Let me dig that out. First of all, thank you, because Charlie's one of my main cats. And for those of you who haven't heard Charlie Hunter in the past, here is a guy who has dedicated himself so much to the guitar that he plays the guitar and the bass on the same neck of the same axe at the same time.
Yes.
So what he does is not actually physically possible.
It doesn't sound like it.
And then he does it with such groovitude, man, and such a dreamy time feel, and everything. He's really dedicated himself to the music, and we did a thing together several years ago called Beyond the something. It was a little cut, and I wrote a lyric for one of his things, and then you kindly bring up the other "Close Your Eyes" thing.
Yeah,
I should have played about a third, as I remember it. I should have played about a third of the notes. But there you go. You're young, and so you want to play too many things. How did that work?
in other words, did you do it together, or
in that particular incarnation, I'm pretty sure the tracks were laid down, and I came in and made a couple of passes.
right?
But I don't remember that I think he just laid down the groove. He and the drummer laid down the groove, and there was no melodic
No, there wasn't. It was just
imprecation.
rhythm. That's right.
So it was just a free, open thing, and I was just like, let me do that.
You were a tenor saxophone, basically, just playing with drums.
I'm some guy walking around.
And that was about 25 years ago when you did that, or is that?
It was quite a while, yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, it's really great to have invested that long into a career and have that much story in your voice and story in your music. And I think when I was reading about the press for this, the shows coming up at the Green Mill, I did love how you were sort of saying, yeah, I'm gonna reapproach maybe some things that I perhaps even view a little bit more differently now that I've walked through these, on these shoes and had this life. And that's fun to be able to go back to your work and go, I love that, but like I'm a different person. And so I might give it a different something or other. And that's exciting for artists to do and exercise that muscle, because our fans sometimes feel like, well, we just want you to do it the same way you always do it. Don't change it, but it's great. Go play in that wild and crazy playground.
It's fun. I don't know if I think probably both of you have done this, but I recorded the same song twice, because when I first recorded it, it was 1981. It was Guess Who I Saw Today, and I didn't know what the hell I was doing. I sang it from the perspective of a young girl, and then I sang it again when I had some experience, and it was a completely different take on it.
There you go.
More restrained, shall we say? You're learning all the time. Anger.
What's fun though about this show is that we're also reminded of our youthful exuberance. But we have an artist that we like to invite on before you leave us, Kurt. First of all, I want to say two things. We hope that actually one of these times we could coerce you into doing a collaboration with Janis and I. When the spirit moves us and we find the song and we've got the outfits, we need.
Is it wrong for a man to collaborate with two beautiful women
at the same time?
Find a way to enjoy it all and sing in harmony and make beautiful music together.
So is that a yes, or is that still a maybe?
That's a yes. I think that's a yes.
Okay, so that being said, we want you to stay on for a moment, because what's fun about this is seeing the next generations come up and how unbelievably inspired I am by them. And particularly, we'd like to invite Samara Joy McLendon onto the show. Hi, Samara. Oh, we need to hear you.
Yay, there you go.
Hi, everybody.
Are you in your grandma's kitchen?
In her room, actually.
Okay.
Samara, meet Kurt Elling. You're gonna meet him in other instances anyway. And it's so funny, Samara. You've done Vocal Mania, and I wasn't there, so I didn't even get to see you the one time that you performed. And but I saw your recent Facebook post. And what song did you sing again? I'm blanking right now. The one that was on Facebook that made us crazy.
With Pete on piano.
With Pete on, Take Love Easy.
And I went, oh my God, this young woman is breaking my heart. So beautiful. So we're so excited to hear about what's going on in your world. You're the Sarah Vaughan competition winner. How has that changed your life? What's happened for you?
Well, I noticed earlier you guys said it got me a record deal. It doesn't, at least not anymore. But they gave me money and a spot in the Newport Jazz Festival. So a lot of people reached out to me after that. It was back in November, and like over the months of like finishing out my junior year at Purchase, a lot of people were reaching out to me wanting to work with me and stuff like that. Obviously, I had a residency at Dizzy's, actually, my first one, before the pandemic hit and it got canceled and everything. So yeah, a lot has changed since the competition. A lot has stayed the same. Still, student. I still have
You're in your senior year now at Purchase?
Yes.
Okay. And who
are you on? Are you on Zoom classes all the time then?
Mostly, yeah. Monday, except for Wednesdays. Wednesdays I have a 9 a.m. lesson, classical voice lesson, and combo with Gary Smullian. I don't know if you know him.
Oh,
Gary,
yeah.
You tell Gary that if he doesn't stop practicing an instrument people want to hear, we're gonna stop being friends with him.
Beyond Gary.
Oh yeah. And he had it for a good couple months. He said he hasn't picked up his horn since March because he was overseas on a tour when it started happening, when stuff started getting canceled and it started to spread that it was, a really serious thing. But he's still, fun and everything. He just doesn't come close at all.
I'm sure he's fun.
Yes.
Yeah.
And do you study as well with Alexis Cole?
I did. For the past 3 years I have, but we made the switch, me and one other senior, we made the switch to classical voice just for, our last year, try something different.
Yeah, why not? No, that's good technique to have. Why not? Yeah.
Do you
tell me,
go ahead, Jen.
I was going to ask you about working with Matt Pearson.
Oh yeah. I just had a meeting with him yesterday for the upcoming, my first album. Kind of talking about what you were talking about too, like with the name, like what name should I use, and songs and stuff like that. Trying to get together rehearsals because we're recording at Sears Sound.
Yes, that's the place.
October 22nd. So it's like we're coming up really soon.
Hey, you might. This is a really rarefied situation. If you were to have an opportunity to ask Kurt or Janis some advice about how do you prepare to go in for a recording? And this is, of course, your first recording. So, if you have any questions about, advice, this is a really exciting time for a young artist. And if there's any question you have on your mind that you would want to ask any of us, go for it.
That is a great question. How do you approach going into the studio and kind of getting comfortable and stuff like that, recording? And do you remember what your first recording experience was like?
Well, my first recording experience, I was 12 years old, and I didn't know anything. I was in a group, three girls, and we were ushered into a room with a recording studio with a live orchestra and one mic.
Oh my gosh.
And we just sang. We just sang what we had been singing, rehearsing this tune. And that was my first. I would just say, do everything you can to make your space comfortable, your recording booth space comfortable, the lighting, maybe you want a candle. Do you want to see your lyrics? Do you need eye contact with somebody like a pianist or make sure you're comfortable, make sure you can hear exactly what you want to hear before you open your mouth. And don't get too deeply down the rabbit hole of thinking about what it all means. You know what I mean? Because it can lead you to get anxious. But try as much as you can to be in the moment with the musicians only there. You're making something magic.
Awesome.
Kurt, do you have anything you want to offer?
Well, you're fortunate to be making your first record at Sears Sound. which is one of the last bastions
That's right.
of actual recording space in New York. You want to make sure that you're going to use Chris Allen
That's right.
as your engineer,
Mhm.
because he is very gifted and he's dedicated to the situation.
I think Matt always uses them anyway. So that's
Yeah, he is. He's
But a
working.
little, but a little shout out never hurts, and Chris deserves it.
you're right.
As far as your thing is concerned, Matt, I assume, is going to be in the studio with you.
Mhm. Yes.
I would say a couple of things. Make sure when you're thinking about the music that you're going to record, that you set tempos on a metronome before you go into the studio to record it.
Okay.
When a young person or an older person goes into the studio, you can really mess your thing up by thinking it needs to sound a certain way. Have some real discussions about tempo settings. You're a young person, your heart beats faster naturally, your breath happens faster naturally. You want to experience things quicker.
Mhm.
Check in with the more experienced people around you. Where's the real pocket for the tunes that you want to do? And practice those tunes at those tempos.
Mhm.
Practice them slower than you think you want to take them. Take everything slower than you think you want to take them. That's a good thing. I don't know. You don't have. Depends on who your musicians are going to be. Rely on. Well,
Ari Rowland and Pasquale Grasso.
Ask Kenny soon what the tempos should be for the tunes, and he'll tell you what the tempos should be for the tunes, and practice them at those tempos. Ask a lot of questions.
Yeah.
Enjoy it.
Yes.
What was the other thing I was going to say? Just embrace your life, and don't hurt yourself too much over the way things go. You know, you're a young person. Clearly, you've got a lot of talent, and try to learn as much as you can. There's nothing like being in the studio to learn whether you really are the singer you think you are, or people say you are. You're going to learn, wow, I'm really not in tune that much, or wow, I really rush, or wow, that I really thought I had such and such under control, and it's only about 2/3 of the way there, or a half a way there. Just learn from that and embrace that. And don't think that you're going to arrive in a studio with a finished product. You're going to arrive in a studio with ideas, and then you're going to have an adventure.
Yeah.
That's for sure. It's a journey. It's a journey. And, you know, occasionally the magic does happen and you get something on a first take that's magic.
Yeah.
But usually it takes some work and you use the studio as an instrument.
Yeah.
If Kenny Washington and them cats say, look at you with that certain look, and they say, yeah, that's the take. If they look at you and they say, do another take.
But keep them as well. And I just want to jump in and say, just congratulations. And this is so exciting. And you should have a ball, and you should make sure make sure you have who you need in that control room nearby, who supports you and loves you, and you feel their the connection, so that when you feel a little raw or a little exposed, you have a support system for you, right? So if it's whoever that is, bring them in that room. And but I'm so happy for you, and I just feel like the only other thing I want to just encourage you to do, though, is Yes, listen to all the elders in the room, but trust me, the elders are also listening to you, and we have lots of things we can learn from you too. So trust your heart and your instincts too.
Yeah,
So
you've got some good instincts, I
it's gonna
think.
be so fun. So fun. I can't wait for you. So
Okay,
tell us, so Kurt, if do you want to stick around, or you've got your little boy that wants to do some
I have a
content?
4-year-old who is demanding my attention and who is the king.
You must go to him immediately.
And I joyfully intercept his wishes and try to do my best to
Yes.
accomplish them.
Yes, you do.
We want to thank you for coming on and spending this time with us.
Well, you're perfectly gracious, lovely, wonderful. You're delightful. You're well turned out, and I'll bet you're
Keep going.
a hell of a couple of cooks.
Keep going.
And Samara, I can't wait to hear everything that you've got going on. As we say in the business, don't do drugs, stay in school.
That's right. And this is a perfect time to tell everybody who's going to be on our next show, September 26th. This is it. Samara Joy McLendon will be on our show on September 26th. We've got Michael Mayo. There he is.
Michael Mayo.
We love him so.
We have Camille Berthaud from France.
Oh yeah,
baby.
Hey, say hi for me.
She has a new record coming out, and she has done a piece from it. So that's gonna be fun. And working backwards, Michael Mayo has designed an original, especially for us to collaborate and make something pretty. And so we're excited that he threw us something new. Something new.
We have Peter Carlson from Sweden, who was a member of the Real Group.
Yep. Vemskaleva.
That's right. And we're going to do an original composition of his that I absolutely adore. Yes, that's going to be really, really fun.
That's going to be great. I'm thrilled to be able to present to our Vocal Gumbo audiences this next young gentleman, Pedro Aeko from Brazil.
He's feeling it.
Yeah, he's totally feeling it. He's an amazing guitarist and singer. Yeah, really gorgeous. Okay, go ahead, Lauren.
Well, so excited to have Catherine Russell join us. Yes, Queen. And we're having so much fun collaborating with her. So, and we brought out our trio with that one as well. So we're very excited about that. And
go ahead.
And then we have Samara Joy McLendon.
Yes,
so there she is.
Woo, looking good.
There she is, and we can't wait. She's done a new piece for us that we were like, come on, we want to hear something. So we're going to debut that here next Saturday, September 26th. And then, of course, we've got Janis doing a duet with Diego Figueiredo. I don't say it right. Figueiredo. Yeah, Figueiredo.
Yes,
okay,
my buddy, Brazilian guitarist. I've done many solo duo gigs with him.
Brother is killing it.
He's killing. He's killing.
Ridiculous.
And also Doug Hinrich is in on this collaboration, so that's going to be fun.
And I've got another original composition I've written, and I've collaborated with Martin Bejarano, who's typically out with Roy Haynes. And he's just this magical pianist down in Miami. And we're going to unveil a piece inspired for the need to get out and vote. But of course, it's much more poetic than that. And it will also be featuring my cousin, Sarah Slifer Swift, who will be dancing. And she is a divine modern dancer. So we're going to get into some artsy-fartsy stuff.
All right. So we are going to say goodbye to Mr. Elling as he does his parental duty.
As I embrace the fate I have been granted.
Yes. Come see our show on September 26th if you're not too tired from your show on Friday. No, you haven't started your thing yet. Maybe your porch thing is on Friday. Yeah. Thumbs up. So we love you. We adore you. Send our love to your family.
Will do.
And I'll take a bowl of lentil soup.
And Ruth
via
said
email.
goodbye.
RBG.
Woo!
Thank you, everybody. Thank you.
Bye, my love.
Mwah. Love you.
Okay, Samara, let's get into some dishing now. Come on. No.
We would like to bring on our last guests.
But wait, are we done with Samara? Let me just say one more thing.
She can
Okay.
hang.
Okay, good. All right.
She can hang.
Go ahead, Janis, then. I hate to cut you off.
No, it's okay. I was just going to bring our last guests on who are all dear friends of mine. I met Les DeMerle through my friend Richie Cole, and Les and Bonnie have started and the Amelia Island Jazz Festival.
Yeah.
Cheers. Cheers,
What are we
guys.
drinking here? Cheers.
Cheers.
Mm.
Oh boy.
Okay, where do we begin? I mean, when did I actually meet you, Les?
Oh, Janis, it must have been I would say
Richie?
New York, probably around maybe as early as 69, 70, really, really early. From what I remember, that's when I first started to play with Richie Cole, you know. And we did the Hollywood Madness album with Eddie Jefferson.
Oh, that's right. Okay.
And that was 74, I think. And Tim Hauser produced that.
No. May I?
Yeah, yes.
We only got together. The Manhattan Transfer only got together in 72.
Oh, so it was 77 then. There was about 77 that came
The
out?
Hollywood Madness was with Cheryl, so it must have been after 1980.
Really? Okay. Okay.
80.
Well, I started playing with Richie and Eddie in 77. I know
Okay,
that. So I
yes,
was on the road with them.
I met you in the late 70s. I think.
Yeah, late 70s. Yes. Yeah. And
Listen,
what a ball.
This is
What
what's
a
going to
ball.
happen to you, Samara, someday
Yeah.
when you have a past like we do, and we can't remember where we played, and we don't know when where was it that. So
Yeah.
pretty soon you're gonna start having this storied past. But you have a festival now that you are going to do virtually, you guys.
Yes.
Yeah, when we did the festival, the Amelia Island Jazz Festival. Now, my wife Bonnie and I, for 17 years, and we're a not-for-profit corporation that give out scholarships every year to high school musicians to study jazz in college. And this year, because of the pandemic, we're going to do it virtually with a salute to Duke Ellington on October 9th and a salute to Louis Armstrong on October 10th. We took over a really cool bookstore on the island.
Yeah. There we go.
There's our
That's it.
poster for this year, and we'll be live streaming it virtually from there. All the information is at our website, AmeliaIslandJazzFestival.com. And we're so proud to say too that we had Janis just a few years ago with Hikenche Trio, and she's been down here to Amelia Island.
Yeah.
And was
Also
part
on
of the
New Year's
festival.
Eve in 1999 with the transfer.
Well, I can't
With
forget
Carlton.
that. That was so special.
And little Gabe was like 4 years old. I'll never forget that.
It was about 5 or something.
Yeah.
It was.
Now we're married.
Yeah, I know. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Shantova, and congratulations.
Thank you.
I have to ask this. This is where it does get embarrassing. So, Samara, this is what it feels like. Didn't the New York Voices ever play the Island Jazz Festival? Did we ever play that?
No, you haven't. But in the future, we'd love to have you, Lauren.
Oh no, I'm
with
not
the
imposing
group.
myself. I'm just like, haven't we played there? I'm just remembering.
Not this festival. This festival, it started. We've gone through a lot of different dynamics of the festival. We've tried on our island.
It has
here,
morphed.
There aren't a lot of big venues, as Janis knows.
Okay.
Our last venue.
Hotels are the biggest, and they're so
yeah.
expensive.
So we did do things like with people like David Sanborn and Ramsey Lewis in Baptist churches here that seat like 1,000 people.
That sounds good.
Yeah,
It is, except if somebody dies, we have to cut it off, and we can't do it. And we got to clear the stage for their priority.
Well, might I recommend Samara Joy?
Exactly.
I will
absolutely.
tell you, right? You should book her now. I'll tell you
She
because
sings Ellington too.
I heard her. I heard her.
Yeah.
in a couple of years, you're going to. She's going to be a really lovely success, And so I just say,
Absolutely.
get on it,
Absolutely.
because this young woman has a voice that is so magnificent and so
Wow.
much.
I heard her online.
There's so much story in your voice, Samara. I don't know how you're there making that gorgeous sound with so much story, so much life lived into it already. But
Well, I think she's an old soul.
Yeah. Yeah.
People tell me I've been here before. I don't know.
Does it feel like you've been here before? Like, does the music feel like the most comfortable cashmere sweater for you, that you just kind of go, this is my sweater. I'm so comfortable living in this music. It's just where my heart beats.
I can definitely say it feels like that.
That's beautiful.
Just listening. And I've always been an imitator, whether it's been my dad or my aunts, or just people in my family that I've listened to for so long. Just singing, because everybody on my dad's side of the family, I should say, sings. So
you've got all your family in you.
affecting everything that I sing, every story that I'm blessed to be able to sing.
That's so beautiful.
We'll definitely keep in touch, and we'd love to have you, Samara. Yeah. Where are you based now?
Aren't you in New York?
I'm in New York.
Oh, you're in New York. Okay.
I saw your concert with the choir and Pete Mellenverney accompanying you.
Oh, yeah,
wonderful. You sang the Aretha gospel tune. That was wonderful.
Yes.
Congratulations. Yes.
All right. We'll definitely hook that up, Lauren.
Oh, good.
Good. We'll hook that up. Yeah.
Fantastic. When did you start the festival? Sorry. I'm sorry.
Yeah. No. Well, let's help people find tickets and where they get, how they can purchase their tickets.
Terrific. Well, right now, our Jazz Festival website, AmeliaIslandJazzFestival.com. And all the tickets are available right at the website. And so if they could go there, AmeliaIslandJazzFestival.com, you will see what it takes to attend one of several shows that week. It's an 8-day festival usually. It's a Sunday to Sunday event. So we have different things going on every day. A lot of educational projects we have going during the week that are free. And, online this year, of course, for kids and for seniors. And then the main shows are on Friday and Saturday. And our public broadcasting system here, WJXT.
WJCT, NPR.
Yeah.
The public radio system.
Yeah.
Is doing a wonderful 2-hour jazz brunch, electro lounge jazz brunch for us on Sunday, streaming from Les has put this show together. It's really wonderful.
From David Sanborn.
Yeah, 17 years of highlights.
17 years you've been together. All right, that was my question. It's 17 years.
Yes.
Yeah.
What have you got for seniors?
Well, we do some programs, Janice, for jazz for seniors that focus on like rhythm, to get them going. So, I mean, like people that are in, assisted living facilities.
Older than me.
So so just like, hipping them to clave, and to grooves, and getting them to move and even scat, interact, like people, we know how to do that, but they might not have ever done that before, So you get them out of their chairs a little bit, they shake the booty, and then we ask for donations, just for kidding.
Once the blood is flowing.
Yeah, right.
They can reach into their pockets.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
That's beautiful. Well, we wish you all the best with the festival.
Thank you, Lauren.
And again, all of this has been about trying to create platform. Everybody's now really pivoting and creating platforms for live music to happen again in some capacity, and for people to attend concerts. And it's not the traditional way that we consume it, but we have to kind of change the way we do it, and then make sure that hopefully people will get out and support the music so that we can continue to work and continue to pay our musicians and our communities and keep everybody floating in this really crazy time. So we're really happy to support this, and we hope people are buying their tickets right now. And speaking of buying tickets, we do this happy hour so that people will buy their tickets for our show. And a lot of times if people buy tickets now to our Venmo and make a donation to our happy hour, oftentimes we donate 10% to any given charity. We always do that. And actually, I was on a program with Christian McBride and Melissa Walker for Jazz House for Kids on Friday night. And they had Jamison Ross and Lisa Fisher and myself
Very cool.
talking about music. And so I promised them, I didn't tell you, Janis and Lori, that we would, if people are writing checks tonight for our show, different from buying their ticket for the 26th, that we'll donate 10% of tonight's earnings to Jazz House Kids, which is another resource that is doing things to make jazz education possible. And they are such great dreamers over there that we want to really support that organization. So if people feel inspired, know that a portion of the money that you're dropping into our tip jar bounces right over to our youth and that great Jazz House organization. And Lori Green, sorry for not having given you a heads up on that. But sometimes our pre-production meetings, we forget things.
We're too drunk.
Yeah.
Hoisin sauce. It's the hoisin sauce.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Yes. She chugs that shit down.
She's a party girl.
Lauren,
so we hope people are buying tickets for paying in our tip jar in Venmo, or right under the ticket screen. You can buy your tickets for September 26th, and that's going to be on Moment House. And so we're moving our show to a pay-per-view, and we've given 6 shows for free. And lucky number 7,
love them.
Lucky number 7, we're hoping to have everybody appreciate the extraordinary time and energy we put into curating these shows and producing them. And so we hope you'll
I mean, right after this show, Lauren and I are going straight to work.
Right back to work.
Wow.
We've got recording, video
At
editing.
least have a sip first or something. Have another drink, girls.
I can't. What were you going to say, Les?
Oh, I was going to say, during this interview, we spoke about New York Voices with Lauren coming to the Amelia Allen Jazz Festival.
I'm just inviting myself to your festival.
No,
yeah.
I know you're a great agent, by the way. You really are. Yeah. You must know Saul, you know. and you already got me to book Samara, you know.
I'm working on it.
Okay, and Janice always gives me a deal, you know. So we're cool, you know.
Yeah.
So here's the deal. Let's make a vocal gumbo Amelia Island Jazz Festival thing happen somewhere in the future, and have all 3 of you guys there, and maybe done like a live broadcast.
there goes Janice.
There it is, everybody.
Look at that smile. Look at that smile on
I think
Samara's
Ruth is even dancing with that.
Yeah. And you know, and let's shoot for that next year. Let's see if we can make that happen. Hopefully we get this whole pandemic thing behind us and we can get out there. We have a beach, as Janice knows, like a few blocks from where the venue is. We can hang out, we can play jazz, we can sing the blues, we can party all night and get back to life.
Fluent Portuguese and studied dance in Brazil, so we can samba with her.
There you go. Yeah, baby.
All right.
Let's make that happen.
We're getting it done tonight. So Amelia Island Jazz Festival, get your tickets, everybody. Samara Joy, watch this lovely young artist. She is taking flight, and we wish you all the best on your recording session. Sing from your belly, sing from your heart, my darling, and you will be just fine. And any other business, Janice? I think we got to thank Lori Green, our wonderful partner.
And we'd like to plug our next happy hour, also, which is going to be September 24th, Thursday night. Our special guests are Peter Eldridge and Jim Caruso.
Well, that is, and Jim Caruso. Well, that's fitting. That picture is when we all used to do that crazy thing, like doing gigs in live venues. So Peter's going to stop by, and we're going to do a little cooking, because we talk about vocal gumbo, but we haven't really done much cooking. So we're actually going to cook We're going to talk about music, and we might get into some trouble. I don't know what's going to happen, but you should tune in on September 24th. And then by all means, join us on the 26th, because this show is, I'm just going to say it one more time because I can't get over it. Michael Mayo, what do you people want? Michael Mayo, what do you want? Camille Berthaud, Peter Carlson, Pedro Aeko, Catherine Russell, Samara Joy, Janis and Diego, Lauren Martin Bejarano, and my cousin, the goddess dancer.
And your cousin.
Sarah. and that's it. If you need something else, you're ridiculous.
Yeah, and we have a very special cold open that we're not going to tell you about, but it involves Luciana Souza.
Wow.
Oh, beautiful. All right.
Oh, there,
Can't beat
I
that.
said it.
Can't beat that.
I said it.
Okay,
Yeah.
so I
She's a
think at
star.
this point we must say goodbye to you, beautiful people. Thank
Thank
you,
you so much. Thank
Thanks for
you.
the opportunity, guys.
Samara. We can't wait to see you next Saturday night in all your glory, and say hello to your family.
Of course.
Yeah. Say hi to Grandma.
Yep, say hi to Grandma.
Say hi to Matt and Chris Allen.
Yep.
Definitely.
All right.
And Janice, it was fun hanging out with you tonight, and
Thank
let's
you.
get back to work. And
Let's get back to work.
yep, and we'll see you all soon. Cue the
Can I say one thing?
Oh,
Yes,
yes.
bless you guys for having this wonderful show, and wonderful congratulations, and go forth with great gusto. We love it.
Thanks, Bonnie.
Thank
Thank you,
you.
Bonnie. Good night, everybody.
Good night, everybody. Thanks for coming by.
Calling all around the world. Mumbo jumbo, stir up the gumbo. Calling all around the world. Get it. Start with a roux, that's me and you. Add the Holy Trinity. That's rhythm, chords, and melody. Come on now, add your spice. Tell your story, very nice. Calling all around the world. Stir that vocal gumbo now. Calling all stir it up.